Alright, welcome back guys. What's your first time here? I'm Vision Hero Blind Entertainment because in our video, today I got a trailer reaction and review for the new Power Rangers Once and Always trailer that dropped earlier today. Now Power Rangers, want your instant update, hit subscribe button down below, hit that bell icon, there's more Power Rangers content from me. Moving forward, now let's begin. So, like I said, we got our first ever trailer for the new Power Rangers 30th year anniversary Once and Always. Now, it's kind of been called a trailer, however, I'd kind of say it's more of a behind-the-scenes look, because we don't get to see really any footage from the actual special that's coming out. It's more just kind of interviews with the cast. So, I mean, yeah, it's kind of a trailer, but at the same time, in my opinion, I wouldn't fully consider it a trailer. However, we do get some good information, good looks at some things. We get to see all the cast members. And I think it was a really good thing to pump up the fan base with, especially given the fact that, you know, it's the 30-year anniversary. You need to have some big anticipation. So, I think that this kind of thing, releasing a behind-the-scenes look with the actors prior to the trailer, does add in some more hype. I really hope we actually do get an official trailer that shows actual footage for the 30-year anniversary. I think you don't need a big trailer because it's probably only going to be hopefully at 45 minutes. I really hope they don't do a 20-minute or 22-minute special. I really hope this is more like, you know, a 45 minute special. And I think they could pull that off depending on what Netflix does and what goes on, what happened behind the scenes. But I definitely think it's possible. But like I said, we do get interviews with the cast. You know, we get talking with, they show clips with, you know, all the actors and actresses who are returning, which is really cool. It's nice to see kind of them talking about their excitement, how they're, you know, this is something that they've always kind of wanted to do. And I think this is definitely looking up to be a good special. We've had some very shitty, you know, anniversary seasons and anniversary specials. However, I feel like this is going to be independent. I do think to some extent it will connect to Cosmic Fury, but for the most part, I do think this is going to be kind of self-contained story, which I'm okay with. I think that'd be fine. But we got some good, like I said, interviews with the cast, and I think what they have said, you know, they were talking about how, you know, it's nice to be back together, and especially how, like, a lot of these actors never were on screen together in MMPR. Like, Rocky and Zach never interacted, you know, Kat and Zach never interacted, you know, so all these characters never actually had screen time with each other as, you know, Rangers and whatnot. So I'm super excited to see these characters come back. There was also announced at the Fan First event that happened later that day that Barbara and Richard will be returning to play a robotic form of Rita and a new version of Alpha. Now, I'm glad they went with a robotic version of Rita and not screwed up the continuity that is already set up within Power Rangers, because for those of you who are new or never watched a season, it was said that the Mystic Mother in Power Rangers Mystic Force is Rita. So I'm glad I didn't do some kind of thing where, like, Rita somehow went back to being evil or something. I'm glad they're sticking with continuity, making it a robot Rita. The thing I'm curious about is how that happens and how that comes to be. We know Zed is back, so maybe, even though I wanted to kind of stay self-contained, maybe Zed returns and kind of creates her. I don't totally know. We'll have to wait to see how that plays out. That is kind of worrisome, but at the same time, I think that depending on how it goes, they could definitely pull it off. Now, I also like the idea of a new Alpha. Now, this is not going to be Alpha 5. They did confirm, like, this is not Alpha 5. It's going to be a new, updated version of Alpha. So, we know it's not Alpha 5 for, I think 7 was the last Alpha we had. So, I figured probably be Alpha 8 or 9, maybe 10. I'm going to go with probably 10. But we'll just have to see what version of Alpha. And I'm glad they got the original voice actor to return to play him. That's definitely awesome. So, this is really exciting. It's nice to actually get the actors and actresses' thoughts and opinions on this special. Catherine Sutherland said there's going to be a bunch of Easter eggs regarding in throughout the special, which is really cool. I always like when they throw in little Easter eggs there. And I'm super hyped. Now, one of the biggest, I guess, elephant in the room kind of things we do got to talk about is the fact that there was, and they did show, a Green Ranger in footage. Now, there is a lot of discussion going on regarding who the Green Ranger could be. Now, this was filmed before JDF's passing, so it's definitely possible that he showed up and did some filming. I know a lot of fans have talked about, oh, he denied being down there. He said he didn't want to return. He had some kind of falling out with Hasbro. But first off, like I always say, money talks. If they gave him enough money, I would see him returning. And second, after everything that happened with Spider-Man No Way Home and Andrew Garfield and all those actors, everything that went on with those actors saying that they're not returning and whatnot in that movie, I no longer trust any actors whenever they say that they're not returning in any kind of movie, TV show, special, any kind of project where it's a possibility that they could return. I never trust them. And I also think that they could be hiding Tommy as a way to boost up the other cast members. Look, we all love the cast, but I think if they showed Tommy and had Tommy there, it'd take away from the other actors like, David Jost and Walter Jones, who haven't returned in nearly 25 or nearly 30 years. So I'm glad if Jason David Frank is in the thing and they didn't show him, I think that's a good thing because it sheds more light onto the other actors who probably would have been overshadowed if they showed Jason David Frank and if Jason David Frank is even in this. I think I know some people said that the footage with the Green Ranger could be flashbacks. However, it does look like they filmed some stuff with the Green Ranger. So I don't know. I think it's possible that he could be there. And one of the things why I say that, I could see Jason David Frank returning is I feel like Tommy is such a big, iconic, fan favorite character that he's not the kind of character you'd want to put a stand-in actor or do voiceover for. I think I think Jason David Frank or Tommy is a character you get the actual person back for. I understand he had fallen outs with Hasbro. Like I said, money talks. And I just think that I feel like for the actors, and I hate to say bad things about the actors who have passed, but I think it's kind of a disservice to the fan base and kind of like disrespectful to the fan base if David Jost, even with his beef with Hasbro, said, no, I'm not returning for this, do whatever, I don't care. I think that's a little disrespectful for the fan base and for his character and everything around. Yes, he has beef with Hasbro, but I think he should have, if he doesn't return and he actually said no, I think he should have, been an adult and said, look, the fans would love me to be here. Yes, I don't totally agree with what you guys have done, but I'm going to do this for the fans. I think that's what he should do or should have done, and I hope he did do that. And again, I hate to speak ill of the dead. I really do. And I love JDF as a person and an actor. He's so great. And I just hate to speak ill of him. But I just wanted to get that off my chest because that's something I do have feelings about and wanted to say. So I really hope that's the case. I mean, yes, he could have done voiceover work for the finale, for the special with him in suit. And definitely they could have used old footage or old voiceover recordings that they never used from old episodes or, old appearances. That's definitely a possibility. They could have spliced together old dialogue. They could have used archived or unused dialogue. But to me, I just feel like it's a disservice to the fan base for him to just not show up in person. Now, we know, of course, Austin St. John isn't returning due to his legal issues. I'm okay with that. Since we just got him in Beast Morphers, I'm okay with it. Yes, I wish they could have done more of him in Beast Morphers, and it would have been cool to have him back here too. But I'm okay with them having Rocky return instead. Again, Cat, same thing. I'm glad they got Cat. However, one thing I was disappointed in was having Kimberly not there. I really wish we could have had Kimberly return in some form. So that's definitely one disappointment I do have with the finale, with the special. And I know Amy Jo did make statements on she had, about this special. So I really hope that at some point maybe she returns to do something. One thing I have said recently with the passing of JDF is in addition to this 30-year anniversary special for Trini and everything, I think now they should do one for Tommy. It's the 30th year anniversary, and he's such an iconic fan favorite character. I think it would be a missed opportunity and a disservice to the fan base to not do another tribute episode to Tommy. Now, there definitely is probably an issue with the fact that they'd have to get all the cast together. Could they get them down and filming in New Zealand, have it all be filmed, edited, and done in time by the end of this year? That's questionable, so I don't know. But I really hope, even if they don't do it this year, they do eventually do some kind of tribute to Tommy. And that would be a perfect way to get Kim back. I think, especially with a tribute to JDF, I think you could get Amy Jo to show up and be in a tribute special for him. I definitely think that. And I definitely think the rest of the cast could come together to pull off that tribute in some shape or form. So I really hope that does happen this year, whether or not it does. But going back to the special, definitely great way to pump up. It will be released on Netflix worldwide on April 19th, which I'm glad it's worldwide and you don't have to worry about international spoilers. That's one thing I've hated, and I think we've all hated over the past 10 years, is the international spoilers. So I'm really glad we don't have to worry about that with this special. So, yeah, again, really great stuff. Definitely let me know. Do you think Jason David Frank did return? Do you think it's just a suit actor? Do you think maybe he recorded lines? Let me know all that good stuff. What are you excited to see in this trailer? What Rangers are you excited to see return for this special? You know, which ones who have never interacted before are you excited to see finally interact? Let me know all that good stuff in the comment section down below. So yeah, guys, that's my trailer reaction and review for the new Power Rangers Once and Always trailer. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit that bell icon. There's more Power Rangers content from me moving forward. And go for me on Instagram and Twitter, which are linked in that section of my YouTube channel. As always, I'm Visionary of Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.